Struggles are not signs of defeat or moments of weakness. They are, in fact, opportunities in disguise. Life has a way of challenging us, testing our resolve, and putting us through situations that seem impossible to overcome. But it's in these very struggles that we find our greatest chances for growth and transformation. When you face adversity, the natural instinct might be to give up or question your path, but it's important to shift your perspective. Every struggle you encounter is, at its core, an invitation to step up and unlock a new level of strength, wisdom, and resilience. When things get tough, it's easy to feel like you're stuck in a storm with no way out. The pressure feels overwhelming, and the weight of your challenges can make it hard to see a way forward. But what if, instead of seeing struggles as burdens, you viewed them as opportunities to rise to the occasion? What if, instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" you asked, "What is this trying to teach me?" It's this mindset shift that changed the entire trajectory of your life. When we struggle, we are forced to tap into parts of ourselves we never knew existed. It's when we are uncomfortable that we truly begin to grow. Think about any success story, whether it's in business, sports, or personal life. Those who have achieved greatness didn't get there by avoiding hardship. They got there by learning to embrace their struggles. Struggles push us to dig deeper, think harder, and act more strategically. They show us where our weaknesses lie, not so we can feel defeated, but so we can strengthen them. They show us where we are vulnerable, not to break us, but to teach us how to become more resilient. If life handed you everything on a silver platter, you wouldn't know the true value of hard work, perseverance, and self-discipline. If success came too easily, it would lose its meaning. The most valuable lessons are learned through struggle. When you find yourself in the midst of difficulty, remember that it's in those moments that you are being shaped into someone stronger, smarter, and more capable. You are being equipped to handle bigger challenges that lie ahead. Every setback is a setup for a comeback. Behind every struggle is a lesson that can propel you forward, even when it feels like you're moving backward. You can't always control what happens to you, but you can control how you respond. Your response to adversity is what will define your future. Do you let it break you? Or do you use it as fuel to push yourself even further? The most successful people in the world aren't immune to struggles. In fact, they encounter them just as much as anyone else. But they have learned to see those struggles as a necessary part of their journey. They've learned to welcome adversity, knowing that it brings with it the lessons and experiences needed to thrive. Every time they face a challenge, they don't see it as a roadblock. They see it as an opportunity to grow, learn, and evolve into the best version of themselves. When you look back on your life, it won't be the easy times you remember the most. It will be the moments when you faced hardship and came out stronger. It will be the times when you struggled, but chose not to quit. It will be the times when you pushed through the pain, the fear, and the doubt, and kept going. It's those moments that shape your story. It's those moments that define who you are and who you become. Your struggles aren't the enemy. They're the very thing that will lead you to your success. They are the tests that reveal what you're truly made of. And if you embrace them, if you choose to see them as opportunities, you will come out on the other side not just stronger, but transformed. The power to change your life lies in how you face those struggles. Embrace them, learn from them, and use them to fuel your journey forward. Persistence is the key that unlocks doors that seem forever closed. In life, the road to success is rarely straight. It's filled with obstacles, setbacks, and moments of doubt. When things don't go according to plan, it's easy to feel defeated, to want to give up, or to believe that your dreams are out of reach. But those who succeed are not the ones who never face adversity. They are the ones who keep going, no matter how many times they fall. Persistence isn't just about being resilient. It's about being relentless, pushing forward with the same energy, even when it feels like the world is against you. When you persist, you make a choice every single day. You choose to stand back up when you fall, to take that extra step when you feel like you can't take another, and to keep moving forward when the end seems nowhere in sight. It's a choice to keep trying, keep working, and keep believing, even when the results don't come immediately. The most successful people you'll ever meet are not the ones who had it easy. They're the ones who faced challenge after challenge and kept going. They understood that success is not just about talent or luck. It's about the ability to keep fighting, no matter the odds. There will be times when it seems like your hard work is going unnoticed, like your efforts are leading to nowhere. In those moments, persistence is what keeps you going. It's what gives you the courage to face another day, to try again when you've failed, and to hold on to the belief that your dreams are still within reach. The most powerful thing about persistence is that it doesn't always yield immediate rewards. It's often the slow, steady, and quiet progress that ultimately leads to success. You may not see the impact of your efforts right away, but every small step forward adds up over time, building the momentum needed to reach your goals. Life has a way of testing your commitment. It throws curveballs that seem designed to make you quit. But if you want to succeed, you have to expect these challenges. They aren't roadblocks, they are part of the process. When you face a setback, persistence is what allows you to see beyond the momentary failure. It's the ability to maintain your focus, to remind yourself why you started, and to continue moving forward, even when the path seems unclear. Persistence teaches you to trust the process, to believe that every step, even the difficult ones, is bringing you closer to where you need to be. There's a power that comes from sticking with something when it feels like you're the only one still fighting. Most people quit when the going gets tough, but the few who keep going are the ones who achieve greatness. Persistence is about understanding that success isn't a sprint. It's a marathon. It's about knowing that every challenge you face is an opportunity to become stronger, more knowledgeable, and more capable. Each failure, each disappointment, and each struggle is shaping you into someone who is capable of handling the success that is yet to come. It's easy to get discouraged when things aren't happening as quickly as you want. But the real question is, how badly do you want it? Are you willing to keep going when no one is watching? Are you willing to push through the obstacles, the doubts, and the pain? Because that's what persistence is all about. It's the unwavering belief that what you're working towards is worth every ounce of effort, even when it feels like it's taking forever. Persistence also teaches you patience. It helps you develop the resilience to face uncertainty, the ability to trust in your own capabilities, and the courage to keep moving forward when you have no idea how things will turn out. Success doesn't happen in a day. It's the result of countless days of hard work, perseverance, and a refusal to give up. When you persist, you create a mindset that nothing can stop you. The obstacles you face become less intimidating, the failures less discouraging, and the setbacks less daunting. You develop the understanding that success is not a matter of if, but when. It's simply a matter of holding on long enough to see it through. Failure is often seen as the end of the road, a dead end that signals defeat. But in reality, failure is not the end of anything. It's the beginning of something new. It's a stepping stone on the path to success, not an insurmountable obstacle. When we fail, we are presented with a unique opportunity to learn, grow, and refine our approach. Failure doesn't make us weaker, it strengthens us. It gives us the lessons we need to move forward with greater clarity, focus, and determination. Every successful person has experienced failure at some point. It's an inevitable part of the journey. What separates those who achieve their goals from those who don't is how they respond to failure. Those who embrace failure as a teacher, who see it not as a setback, but as a valuable experience, are the ones who keep moving forward. Success doesn't come from never failing, it comes from learning how to rise after each failure. The most significant victories in life are not won by avoiding failure, but by using it as a foundation for future success. When you fail, you are given a chance to reassess, realign, and refine your approach. Each failure reveals something important about your methods, your strategies, and yourself. It highlights areas where improvement is needed, pushing you to adapt, evolve, and come back stronger. Failure is a mirror that reflects the flaws in our approach, giving us the insight we need to do better next time. Without failure, there would be no room for growth, no way to identify weaknesses, and no motivation to strive for something greater. At the moment of failure, it's easy to feel discouraged, to think that all your efforts were in vain. But the truth is, every step, every mistake, and every misstep is part of the process. The most valuable lessons are learned through experience. When you fail, you are forced to evaluate what went wrong and why. You are given the chance to grow beyond your previous limitations and apply the lessons learned to future challenges. Failure teaches resilience, patience, and perseverance, qualities that are essential for long-term success. What makes failure such a powerful tool is its ability to break down the illusion of perfection. It reminds us that no one has all the answers, and no one achieves success without struggle. Failure humbles us. It forces us to accept that we do not have control over everything, and that sometimes things will not go our way. But within that humbling is a profound lesson in persistence. If we continue to push forward, even after experiencing failure, we prove to ourselves that we are capable of overcoming anything. Failure also helps us develop emotional strength. It challenges our ability to handle disappointment, frustration, and self-doubt. When we fail, we often question our abilities and our worth. But it is precisely in these moments of doubt that we have the opportunity to build mental toughness. Each failure forces us to face our fears, deal with rejection, and keep going despite our insecurities. The emotional resilience developed through failure is what allows us to handle future challenges with grace and determination. It is essential to change our perspective on failure. Instead of seeing it as something to avoid or fear, we should see it as a necessary step toward achieving our goals. Failure doesn't define who we are, it defines what we've learned. It's not the failure itself that determines our success, but how we use it. Every time you fall short, you are given another chance to pick yourself up, adjust your strategy, and keep moving forward with a deeper understanding of yourself and your goals. Success is not a straight path. It's a winding road full of unexpected twists, turns, and obstacles. Failure is just one of those obstacles, and it's not meant to stop you, it's meant to teach you. It's the fuel that keeps the engine of progress running. Without failure, success would be meaningless. It's failure that adds depth and substance to success. It's failure that makes the victory feel earned. And it's failure that ultimately shapes the person you become in the process of achieving your dreams. When you fail, remember that you are not finished. You are simply learning, growing, and becoming more equipped for the journey ahead. Each failure is just another step forward in your pursuit of greatness. Strength is not something that comes easily, nor is it something that is found in moments of comfort. True strength is forged in the toughest moments of life. It's easy to feel strong when things are going well, when everything aligns perfectly, and when the path is smooth. But it's in the hardest, most challenging times that you truly discover what you are made of. Strength isn't about how much you can handle when life is easy. It's about how you rise when life challenges you, pushes you down, and tests your resolve. When you face adversity, it can feel overwhelming. The weight of the world seems to press down on you, and it's hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel. But in those moments of struggle, you are building something that cannot be taken away. Every challenge, every difficulty, is an opportunity to strengthen your character. The pain you experience, the failures you endure, and the obstacles you overcome shape you into a person who can handle even greater challenges in the future. Strength is built through perseverance. It's about pushing forward even when you feel like quitting. When things get tough, when everything seems to be falling apart, that's when the real work begins. It's in these moments of hardship that you find the courage to keep going, to take one more step, and to refuse to let the obstacles define you. Every time you continue, even when you want to stop, you are growing stronger. Each struggle adds to your foundation, building you into someone capable of facing whatever lies ahead. The toughest moments of your life have a way of teaching you what you're truly capable of. When you are forced to face your fears, to confront your weaknesses, and to push through pain, You learn things about yourself that you never would have discovered in easier times. These moments test your limits, stretch your boundaries, and reveal the untapped potential within you. It's not the absence of struggle that makes people strong, but the ability to stand firm in the face of it. The more you endure, the more you realize that you can handle more than you ever thought possible. Strength also comes from learning how to adapt. Life doesn't always go according to plan. Things don't always unfold in the way we expect, and the challenges we face often seem insurmountable. But real strength is found in the ability to adjust to these changes, to adapt to new circumstances, and to find new ways forward. Strength is not about holding on to old ideas or resisting change. It's about learning how to pivot when things go wrong, how to adjust your course when faced with setbacks, and how to remain flexible while staying true to your goals. In moments of difficulty, many people find themselves questioning everything. They wonder why things are happening to them, why they are facing such hardship, and whether they will ever make it through. But in these moments, it's crucial to remember that strength is not found in having all the answers. Strength is found in the willingness to keep moving forward, even when the answers are unclear. It's in the decision to keep fighting, even when the outcome is uncertain. Every step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to the person you are becoming. A person who is stronger, more resilient, and more capable of facing whatever comes next. When you face hardship, you also learn the value of patience. Strength is not always about acting immediately or fixing things right away. Sometimes it's about enduring, waiting, and trusting that everything will work out in time. Patience is a key aspect of strength because it teaches you to keep moving, even when you can't see immediate results. It teaches you that some things take time, and that the process of becoming stronger is gradual, not instantaneous. The more you practice patience, the more you strengthen your ability to endure difficult times and stay focused on the long-term goal. It's in the toughest moments of life that you develop the resilience to bounce back from anything. Life will continue to throw challenges your way, but the more you face these challenges head-on, the stronger you become. Each time you face hardship, you grow in ways that cannot be measured or seen immediately. Strength is not just about surviving tough times. It's about learning how to thrive in them. When you learn to turn adversity into fuel for growth, you transform the very nature of your struggles. Instead of being beaten down by them, you use them to build yourself up. And in doing so, you discover a strength within yourself that you never knew existed. The mindset of a winner is far more than just a positive attitude. It is a way of thinking, acting, and responding to challenges that sets winners apart from the rest. It's not about being perfect or avoiding failure. Rather, it's about understanding that winning is a process, and that process is defined by persistence, self-belief, and the ability to remain focused on long-term goals even in the face of short-term obstacles. At the core of a winner's mindset is the ability to embrace challenges rather than shy away from them. Winners know that growth comes from stepping out of their comfort zone. When others see a difficult situation as something to avoid, winners see it as an opportunity to learn and grow. They understand that every challenge is a chance to become better, stronger, and more capable. This willingness to take on challenges, even when they seem insurmountable, is what sets winners apart. They thrive in situations that test their limits because they know it's these very situations that reveal what they are truly made of. Another key aspect of the winner's mindset is a deep sense of self-belief. Winners understand that success begins with the belief that it is possible. Without this inner confidence, it's easy to be swayed by doubt, fear, or the opinions of others. A winner doesn't wait for external validation to believe in their own abilities. They trust themselves, their skills, and their potential. This self-belief is the foundation of their drive. When others doubt them, they dig deeper into their own resolve. This belief doesn't mean they think they are always right or invincible. Rather, it's a conviction that they can overcome anything, adapt to any situation, and ultimately succeed through perseverance. Winners also know that failure is not the end of the road, but a stepping stone towards success. In fact, they expect failure as part of the journey, and are never afraid to fail. Instead of seeing failure as something negative or shameful, winners view it as a valuable learning experience. When they fail, they analyze what went wrong, adjust their approach, and try again. This resilience is a cornerstone of their mindset. They don't let setbacks deter them from their goals. They use them as opportunities to refine their strategies and improve. A winner's mindset is rooted in the idea that failure is not a final destination, but a temporary detour on the path to success. Focus is another trait that defines the mindset of a winner. They don't get distracted by the noise, the setbacks, or the temporary discomforts of the journey. Their eyes are always on the prize, and their ability to stay focused on their long-term goals allows them to push through difficult moments. While others may get sidetracked by temporary pleasures or distractions, winners remain disciplined and consistent. They know that the work they put in today will pay off tomorrow. This level of focus requires not only discipline, but also the ability to block out negativity and keep moving forward with purpose and determination. Winners also embrace the idea of continuous improvement. They never settle for mediocrity, always striving to be better today than they were yesterday. This mindset of constant growth drives them to push their limits, seek new knowledge, and learn new skills. They are never complacent with their current level of achievement because they know that the road to success is one of perpetual development. This commitment to personal and professional growth is what allows them to stay ahead of the curve and achieve lasting success. Another defining characteristic of a winner's mindset is the ability to be solution-focused rather than problem-focused. When faced with challenges, winners don't get bogged down by the problems themselves. Instead, they direct their energy toward finding solutions. They don't waste time complaining about what's going wrong. Instead, they ask themselves, what can I do to fix this? This shift in focus from problems to solutions keeps them proactive and forward-thinking, always moving toward progress rather than getting stuck in frustration or defeat. A winner's mindset also involves the ability to handle pressure with grace. When the stakes are high and the pressure mounts, they don't buckle. Instead, they rise to the occasion. This ability to remain calm and composed under pressure allows winners to think clearly, make informed decisions, and execute their plans effectively. Rather than letting fear or anxiety take control, they use that pressure to fuel their drive and determination, channeling it into focused action. The mindset of a winner is rooted in the understanding that success is not an accident or a stroke of luck. It is the result of intentional effort, self-belief, resilience, and focus. Winners know that they must create their own opportunities and that nothing comes easy. They embrace the grind, persist through adversity, and continuously push themselves to new heights. This mindset is the foundation upon which their success is built. It's not just about winning the race. It's about developing the mental toughness and resilience needed to endure the race, no matter how long or difficult the journey may be. Growth does not come from the easy moments, the times when everything falls into place and the path ahead seems clear. True growth is born in the midst of adversity. It is in those challenging, often painful experiences that we are shaped into the individuals we are meant to become. When everything is smooth and comfortable, there is little incentive to push ourselves, to question our limits, or to develop the resilience needed to thrive. It is only when faced with obstacles that we are forced to reach deeper, to find strength within ourselves we may not have known existed. Adversity brings with it the opportunity to evolve. Each challenge we encounter serves as a test of our character and determination. It is during these moments of hardship that we are given the chance to rise above the situation, to step into the best version of ourselves. When we face adversity, we are no longer allowed to take the easy route. We are compelled to adapt, to find creative solutions, and to summon the willpower to keep moving forward despite the difficulties we face. One of the most powerful aspects of adversity is that it reveals our weaknesses and vulnerabilities. When things are easy, we may not notice the gaps in our knowledge, the flaws in our approach, or the limitations of our mindset. Adversity forces us to confront these areas head-on. It doesn't allow us to ignore our weaknesses or take shortcuts. Instead, It challenges us to address them, learn from them, and become better. It is in these moments of discomfort that we develop new skills, new perspectives, and new strengths that we never would have acquired in easier times. Growth through adversity is not a linear process. It is not something that happens overnight or in a single moment. It is a gradual transformation that takes place over time. When faced with hardship, we may not immediately understand the lesson or see how it will contribute to our growth. But looking back, we often realize that the most significant periods of personal development were those filled with the most struggle. The lessons learned during difficult times stay with us long after the challenges have passed. They become part of our foundation, strengthening us for the challenges yet to come. The key to growth through adversity lies in how we respond to the difficulties we face. It is easy to become discouraged or give up when the going gets tough. But those who succeed are the ones who keep pushing forward. They understand that adversity is not a punishment or a sign of failure. It is a necessary part of the journey. When faced with hardship, they don't dwell on what is wrong or lament over their misfortune. Instead, they focus on what they can learn from the situation, how they can improve, and what steps they can take to keep moving forward. Resilience is a critical aspect of growth through adversity. It is the ability to bounce back after facing setbacks, to keep going even when things seem impossible. Resilience is developed through experience. Each time we face a challenge and overcome it, we become stronger and more capable of handling the next one. Resilience is not something we are born with. It is something we cultivate through our actions, through our willingness to face difficulties head-on and rise above them. It is important to remember that adversity does not have to break us. In fact, it is often the very thing that makes us stronger. It shapes us into individuals who are capable of handling greater challenges, who have the skills and mindset necessary to navigate life's complexities. Without adversity, we would never learn the true depth of our capabilities. Without hardship, we would never understand the value of perseverance or the power of resilience. It is only through adversity that we truly discover what we are made of and begin the journey toward becoming our best selves. The growth that comes through adversity is not always immediately visible. There are moments when we feel like we're not making any progress, when the weight of the world feels too heavy to bear. But it is during these moments of struggle that we are being shaped the most. The changes may not be obvious at first, but as time passes, we begin to see how adversity has molded us into someone stronger, wiser, and more capable of handling whatever comes our way. Growth through adversity is about learning how to turn setbacks into stepping stones, how to transform challenges into opportunities, and how to emerge from difficult situations better than we were before. Each struggle, no matter how painful or overwhelming it may seem in the moment, contributes to our evolution. It is through adversity that we find our true strength, our true potential, and our true ability to thrive. The next time you face a challenge, remember that it is not the end. It is the beginning of a new chapter in your journey of growth. Success is not something that is handed to us on a silver platter. It is not born from the easy moments in life, nor does it come without effort or sacrifice. True success is forged in the fires of adversity, shaped by the struggles we face and overcome along the way. It's in these moments of hardship, when everything seems to be falling apart, that we learn the most valuable lessons and build the resilience that will carry us forward. The ultimate success is not measured by the achievements we accumulate or the accolades we receive, but by the struggles we've faced and the strength we've gained through them. Every obstacle we encounter along the journey serves a greater purpose than simply challenging us. It is through overcoming adversity that we build the mental toughness, discipline, and persistence necessary to achieve anything meaningful. When faced with challenges, it's easy to become discouraged, to want to quit, or to think that the struggle is a sign that success is out of reach. But the truth is, it is the struggles themselves that pave the way for ultimate success. They teach us how to handle failure, how to push through difficult times, and how to rise stronger after every setback. When you face a struggle, it forces you to tap into a deeper level of strength and determination. You are no longer given the luxury of taking the easy path. You must confront your fears, deal with uncertainty, and face discomfort head-on. These moments are not meant to break you, but to make you. They challenge you to become more resourceful, to learn new skills, and to develop a mindset that refuses to be defeated. Each struggle you overcome adds another layer of resilience to your character, molding you into someone capable of achieving even greater success in the future. The greatest victories are not won by avoiding hardship, but by enduring and overcoming it. Success is not about how many times you rise, but about how many times you choose to rise after falling. It's easy to celebrate the wins when they come, but the true value of those victories comes from the struggles that preceded them. The process of overcoming obstacles, learning from mistakes, and persevering in the face of difficulty is what makes success so rewarding. Without the struggles, the successes would feel shallow, empty, and meaningless. The hardships are what make the triumphs worthwhile. Each struggle you face teaches you something essential. When things go wrong, it's easy to feel defeated and question your ability to succeed. But it is in these moments that you learn the most. Struggles show you where your weaknesses lie, not to break you, but to help you build the strength to overcome them. They force you to adapt, innovate, and grow in ways that you never would have been able to without them. These lessons are what shape your future success. The next time you encounter a challenge, you will be better equipped to handle it, having already learned from past struggles. The more you face, the more you learn, and the more prepared you are for what lies ahead. Ultimate success comes not from avoiding difficulties, but from learning how to handle them with grace and determination. It's not about the smoothness of the journey, but about the character you build through the rough patches. When you can look back on the struggles you've faced and realize how much they have shaped you, you begin to understand that success is not about what you achieve, but who you become along the way. Each time you persevere, each time you keep moving forward despite the odds, you are strengthening the foundation upon which your success is built. The most successful people in the world have all faced their own battles. They have all encountered obstacles, failures, and moments of doubt. What set them apart was not their ability to avoid those struggles, but their determination to overcome them. They understood that success was not a destination, but a journey, one that was marked by setbacks, lessons, and growth. They knew that the road to success would not be easy, but they also understood that every struggle they faced was leading them to something greater. When you reach the point where you can look back on the struggles you've overcome, you will see that they were never obstacles at all. They were stepping stones on the path to your ultimate success. Each struggle was a lesson, each failure a teacher, and each setback a necessary part of your growth. It is through these experiences that you learn what you're truly capable of. The ultimate success is not the absence of struggle, but the ability to rise above it, to keep moving forward, and to emerge stronger than you were before. The journey to success is not defined by smooth roads or the absence of challenges. It is, instead, shaped by the struggles we face and the resilience we build in overcoming them. Every obstacle presents an opportunity to learn, grow, and push beyond our limits. Failure is not the end, but a stepping stone to success, teaching us valuable lessons that propel us forward. The mindset of a winner is one that embraces adversity, persists through setbacks, and remains focused on long-term goals, understanding that strength is forged in the toughest moments. Success is not handed to us, it is earned through hard work, determination, and the ability to rise again after each fall. It is through adversity that we discover our true potential, and it is the struggles we overcome that make our success meaningful and lasting. Embrace the challenges, for they are not hindrances, but the very catalysts for your growth and ultimate triumph.